What is up, y'all? It is your girl, brand new, and I'm back in the building. Today I'm going to be talking about the narcissistic mother. Before I get off into the narcissistic mother, I would like to apologize to you guys, simply because I listened to one of my videos, and I believe it was like the aftermath of dealing with the narcissist. I felt like that was a very good video, but towards the end, it was not such a good video because there was constant fucking interruptions. So I apologize. I should have, set my phone up to the point of, I could see who's calling, and then you don't hear it beeping, and you don't hear, the phone ringing, and that was just so fucking annoying, because that was a really good video. I was listening to it like, wow, that sounds good, everything is good, and then here they go. And it was from people that didn't want nothing. They wanted nothing, but they wanted to keep fucking calling and keep, I just could not stand when people do that. So my apologies, can't even talk. My apologies for that, you guys. That really, I don't know, it just really pissed me off after I heard that, after I listened to that podcast. That really pissed me off. So anyways, life happens. I'm human. Shit happens, but we want to try to make sure that shit don't happen no more, because it just messes up the quality of the video with all the fucking interruptions. But anyways, y'all, let's get into the narcissistic mother. Number one, these are going to be signs, that maybe your mother is a narcissist. So just kind of look out for these. These are things that I have personally experienced, and I'm gonna just get off into some signs and some examples. So here we go. Number one, let's get started. She is controlling about who you date and what you want to do as a career. And basically, to explain that is, it at first, like when you are dating people, being a teenager, you kind of understand your parent being maybe a little bit overprotective. You understand that, because it's like, oh, I'm still a kid and she just really cares about me. So you go kind of see it like that. But once you get up in your damn 20s and you grown, and a motherfucker need to just mind their own business and get a life of their own, you're not going to really understand that. You're not going to care to hear her opinion, But yeah, that's what they do. I don't think you should date him. Oh, I don't think you should do this. Or, especially with the job thing. Oh, I don't think you should do that career because that's not a lot of money. And, that's not what she's doing. And you have to remember, when you are dealing with a narcissist, a narcissistic man, narcissistic mother, it is all about them. How dare you make it about you? And it's your life. You get one life, But yeah, everything is about what she wants. Nobody is good enough. No man that you date is good enough. It's always, oh, I don't like him. And it's like, you just met him. Well, I just got this vibe about him. And then in my situation, some of my relationships, they wouldn't work out. And it wasn't because all the time they're these horrible people. Sometimes, they weren't that good. Nobody is perfect, though. And it's just like, well, I told you how they was. I told you this, and you didn't listen. It's just like, I'm not with them anymore. So evidently, I got that picture on my own. I don't need you to keep telling me how bad somebody is. It's just like, you have to let your children make their own mistakes And sure, if you notice somebody is not good for your child, by all means, let them know. But there's just a way to do things without being controlling and being overbearing. Because when you act like that, that pushes your child away. And the narcissistic mother, she does that. As far as the career is concerned, I consider myself to be very ambitious. I consider myself to be a writer. I have 2 ebooks, and before this I was writing scripts, and I used to write raps. I used to write songs. I just wrote my daughter a song probably a year or 2 ago, and she really liked it, just playing around, but she felt it was a good song, and I think it was a good song, not just because I wrote it either. I've always been a creative. I've been an actress. I went to performing arts schools, and those didn't even help me to be a better actress. It's in my blood. It's just who I am. You put me in front of a TV and I'm soaking up everybody, and I love watching TV. I will never, stop watching my TV shows, and I just always loved the craft of acting and always knew that I could do it, and I ended up, doing some things while I was in junior high and high school, and then I went to the performing arts schools. I went to 2 of those. So it was just in my blood. It was just who I am. So I was always like a creative, and I would always, work, my little odd jobs, because you got to pay the bills. And a lot of times that kind of stuff, it doesn't really pay the bills, but I was in heaven. Long as I love what I'm doing, yes, I want to be compensated for it. Yes, I do. But if I can't right away, then I understand that. And I still, I work towards my goals. That's just who I am. And I just don't feel like my mother ever really got that about me. I think she knew that I was a creative, and she would tell me good things about myself. Like, she felt like I'm a good actress because she has seen me perform. So she would, encourage me in that way. But it was just always, once I got in my 20s, well, you should get this type of job, and this is a real job. And a real job is where they're paying you, honestly, because when you go cash that check at the bank, or when you go buy something at a store, they're not saying, well, where did you get the money to buy this item? What kind of job did you have to do to be able to purchase this item? They don't ask that. They just want cash. So money is money. I just cannot stand people that belittle what people choose to do. So I have chose, certain careers, or just certain jobs, I guess you could say, to just help pay the bills while I am working towards what I really want to do. So that's pretty much, that's how I feel about that. You always want to do what's in your heart, because every day is not promised. And I would rather die doing what I love doing than doing something that I hated and I'm miserable. At least I can do what I love and make income on the side, to be able to pay bills and do some of the things I want to do. So if that's how I choose to live my life, then what's the problem? But yeah, that was just always an issue. You should do this and you should do that, and you're acting lazy, and it's just like, you're not even listening. So yeah, they're very controlling. They tell you what to think instead of listening to what you think and how you feel. I remember another example is when I was in college to be an LPN. And I really had no business being in college because I never wanted to be in college. I was over high school. I was sick of high school. When I graduated, I felt like I was being released from prison. Like, I was so happy when the shit was over. I just felt like it was a whole bunch of bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong. I do feel like education is important, and, get your high school diploma, and, depending on what you want to do, college may be very lucrative for you as well. But I just always knew in the back of my mind that I did not want to be a college student for 4 years. I like to get to the point. when it comes to things. That's just who I am. And like I said, I don't feel like my mother got that. So she had me in college, and I think it was to look good for her, and that's another thing. Everything is about how shit looks to them. It has to look a certain kind of way. If you're in college, then it means you're, attempting to look a certain way and to be a certain somebody. And, and at that time, I pretty much agreed to go to that particular school because it was like I couldn't get out of it. She wasn't really listening to me on what I really wanted to do, because I would have just told her I just want to work full time and be done with it. Really, I would have just told her that. But I was miserable in college. Miserable. Didn't feel like I fit in. Didn't want to fit in. Just didn't want to be there. And my grades reflected that. I just wasn't into what I was doing. So she had to accept that, and she never really got over that. In her mind, that was just a failure, but it would have never been a failure if you would have listened in the first damn place. Anyways, let's move on from that. Another sign is they act secretive about things. And they have a way of not telling you what is going on. I have an example of that. Some years back, I was throwing a birthday party for my daughter. And if anybody knows me, I'm a very private person. Very private person. I only like to be around a few people, really. I don't do like big lavish parties. As long as my daughter is happy, then that's what I care about. And that's what I told her. I said, just go be, me, you, a few other people, and then, just the few kids, and that's it. Because that's who I am. It was no disrespect or shade to anybody. That's just who I am, And I had already told her that. So I'm with her for like most of the morning. We getting the stuff for the party, and we're kind of talking about it. And then I remember we get back to the house, we chilling, and then me and a friend of mine ended up going to pick up my niece, I believe. And we get back to the house, and she got all these people here that I specifically said, number one, I had said I didn't really want anything to do with them anymore, because I'm the type of person where if I see how you are, if I see you being disrespectful to other people, I feel like it's a matter of time until you do that to me. And I am very big on, if I just don't like you, it ain't no beef. I just don't like you. I don't want you in my space. I don't want you around me or my child. That's just what it is. And I feel like I made that very clear to her. But yeah, I get there and there's everybody I had told her I didn't really want anything to do with. And yeah, she did it anyways. And that's what these narcissistic mothers do. They feel like you can't think for yourself. If you have an opinion about something, they're quick to change it. They're quick to challenge it and just do whatever the hell they want to do anyways. And at this party, it was a few other people that was there. I'm not going to say their names, but I didn't mind them being there per se, because I didn't really have an issue with them, but she specifically knew who I didn't want to be there. And I didn't want the other people there, even though I didn't have an issue with them. I didn't want them there either, because I just wanted a few people. So it was really no beef towards anybody, but just wanted, just the kids there. Because I'm the type of person, when I have something for my daughter, it's about to be about my daughter. A lot of people, they'll have grown-ups come to a party and then it's all about the fucking grown-ups. And then it ain't about the kids. They don't care nothing about the kids. It's all about making them happy. So, yeah, they destroyed that party. Kids running wild, acting crazy, just destroyed it. And she kept on looking at me. And when I went the fuck off, she kept looking at me like oh, look at you clowning, you're being mean, you're being irrational. And that's what I'm saying. They will